So what's interesting about that is years ago, I'd heard there was it was almost a little bit of a running joke in the tech circles that people were eventually going to be managers of machines, right?
Hmm.
That was, and in what you just described there, to some degree, that's what your role becomes. You almost become a manager of, all right, I'm taking my critical thinking, or I know what I want it to do, and I'm empowering the machines to be able to do that, and I'm checking and coaching and guiding them along the way to make sure it's doing it the way I need it to, and it allows me to do it at a much greater scale than if I personally am the only one sitting down doing all these tactical activities.
It forces the human side of the equation to really be thinking of the higher order magnitude of tasks.
Okay.
You can train the robots to, you know how a Microsoft Word document always has that little yellow ribbon across the
Yeah.
top that says click here to edit. Well, you can train the software. So every time it opens up a Word document and starts translating, you can teach it these simple things, and you just don't have to do them anymore yourself. You're not copying, pasting anymore. There's a lot of room for human error too if you're doing redundant tasks, and we look at our team, and we know we've got a lot of friends in the industry, and nobody wants to be filling their day with
Spell
low
checking.
skill. Yeah, like I call it low skill, but I just mean like the rudimentary. And
Yeah.
then if you can be involved in a whiteboarding session where you're like, we're going to increase the ROI, and we're going to get this workforce more efficient faster, and we're going to make a really big difference. Those are the types of things. So the design of the overall experience, the elements that are going to be used, the excitement factor, the engagement factor, how information is retained, and the instructional design, like the design team comes in and figures out, and then it's really an amplification so that those types of activities are at the forefront. And then you can get some of the production work or labor or whatever you want to call it. Some of the lower magnitude items can be handled by the software much more effectively, but it still opens you up so that you can really focus on the high value activities. And that's what we do internally. And then we're in our practice when we bring people in. Those are the types of things that we're helping set up as well.